What is good, Video City TV? It's your girl Callie Ann at the Butterfly Buddha, and this time we're here in the beautiful Times Square with King Kush. What's going on, King Kush?
Go on. Mind them there about.
Alright.
So it go. Times Square, Video City TV, Flatbush to Church Ave to Manhattan to Worldwide. Anywhere we go, it's turn up. You done know.
And now we're here. Look how beautiful this is. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. It's a beautiful situation. I love the energy. I love everything going on.
Yeah, so let's tell a little bit about Video City, about who you are. King Kush.
I'm from Flatbush, Church Ave, Brooklyn, born and raised. Moved to the 90s, moved to the floors. When we came out here, then I moved to Philly, went to college out there, came back to Brooklyn. Ever since I was in Philly, started doing my music, and we elevated everything, and we just turned up from there.
When was that? When did you start doing music in Philly?
I went to Philly in 2001, and I was very humble and quiet and became very observant, and I started doing music about 2002, late, about December, November.
Damn, so 20 years.
Yes.
20 years in the game. How many albums did you make during this time?
Technically
Or
about
music? Two?
Music a lot.
Yeah.
Albums technically two, because I seen how the game was going, and albums could be a double-edged sword. If you are not getting the proper marketing, remember during that time period it was CDs and vinyls and transition into streams. MySpace was very prolific.
I remember MySpace.
Yes, so things of that nature, people wasn't used to this, going from a physical platform to a digital platform and streaming. So a lot of the artists at that time, they phased out because they weren't making adjustments. So I was just simply humbling myself and paying attention to how I could make adjustments to go with the test of times. You know what I mean? Like, to understand how things are changing, because to go from CDs, from vinyls, was very prolific, because vinyls lasted longer than CDs.
Yeah.
A little itty bitty scratch on a CD is not the same as a scratch on a vinyl.
Yeah.
And then the CD, you know what I mean? Like, you could print the CD easier than a vinyl once you had the proper equipment.
Yeah.
So to understand that aspect, you were able to control the game. Now you have people like Master P that was printing vinyls, and he blew up. But then to go from that to vinyls to CDs, in my era, was a lot different. And then to understand how the streaming industry was changing, you have to understand how directly it was going, because from MySpace you also had Facebook, and even to this day, during that time, most people didn't think Facebook would became what it is to this day.
Yeah, I remember that.
This industry was like very new, very introducive, so people was like, what's happening? How is it changing? How are you going to adapt as an artist?
Interesting.
Not just an artist, you could have been a videographer, you could have been anything dealing with production, and you had to understand how it was changing, how you're going to adapt, how you're going to take it on. Some people don't go through the test of times, and they like, oh, I'm sticking with old school. But if you're sticking with old school only, you're never going to last.
Wow, it sounds like you know a lot about the music part, the business part of the music. So
I'm introductive. If I was advanced as I would want to be, I wouldn't be in the situation I am. I'd be a millionaire, possibly a billionaire. So I'm still learning.
Yeah, I mean, we always learn as we go.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson that you've learned as a music artist throughout all the years of creating?
As an artist, ego is your biggest downfall.
Oh.
You better be humble in this industry and never think nobody can teach you anything new. Your best thing is to just listen to everybody. I could be walking down the street and someone in a very bad situation could teach me something and say something to me that give me inspiration. They could write a song. You know what I mean? So I just accept humbleness as the truth to life. That's my everyday goal, to be as humble as possible.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you.
I love that. So what inspires you to go after it to this day? Well, we have someone in the background, but that's okay. She just left.
She's taking a selfie. To go after this every day is like the greatest thing. Remember, we in Times Square. Everybody's out here. Everybody want to be in New York City. Everybody want to be on Video City. So
we're here right now.
We're here right now. Like, everybody want to be around. So to understand this, you got to understand, even if sometimes it may not look like it's looking in your favor, it actually might be. Like, you have, I don't know if you ever seen the dichotomy of a rich farmer and a poor farmer. A poor farmer might get one crop, and then the rich farmer, he sees one crop, but he keep growing that crop. He's not picking it until he sees it's very fruitful. The poor farmer is picking it at it and not letting it grow. So that's what made me continue. Like, It may not seem fruitful immediately, and ultimately, this is just my passion. I just love being entertaining. I love being truth and honest to myself, and I love giving people gems and truth and honesty about life in general.
And that's through music.
That's it. Music, art, artistry in general.
Do you do anything else besides music? You guys really need to pay close attention and take notes. Like King Kush has been dropping gems since he started speaking. Thank you, by the way, for that.
Yes.
It's a lot of beautiful lessons, a lot of things you can take.
I also coach AAU basketball.
So that's where the teaching comes from, the coaching.
Well, no, teaching originally came from, once I graduated from college, everybody was like, during that time I was basically giving information to children in the community in Philly. And from there, they was like, you should tutor. I'm like, well, I was doing that in Philly, kind of, sort of, not really, but kind of, sort of. And he was like, well, you were back in New York, you're back at home, you should tutor so that other kids could see you have a possible future and going out from college. Because a lot of kids thinking college is for nerds. Ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd. As a matter of fact, being a nerd is very great. You can make a lot of money by being a nerd.
You're smart.
Paying attention. So you should actually be a nerd. As a matter of fact, people in the industry that's really controlling the industry, music, video production, anything, they are actual nerds. Now, the dudes at the top, they got the little bit of swagger behind them, so they know how to network and all that. But being a nerd is very great. Being a nerd is very prolific. Don't ever feel offended by being a nerd and understanding your market, your target market. So while I was in Philly, I understood this, and then when I came back to Brooklyn, they was like, you should tutor. So I started tutoring, and then from there, from tutoring, I started getting into teaching, and from teaching, I realized my passion was like just to give information to people who are willing to listen and who are willing to be receptive to the truth.
Yeah, I can sense that. I feel that right now. That's why I was asking, like, you know, that's where the teaching comes from. You even speaking at all, like, there's so many like lessons, and the way you speak, it's like you can learn from
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Same thing with you on the mic. I see you doing your thing. I know you.
I'm just curious too. That's why I'm asking you all of these questions. What's your favorite thing about being a music artist? Is it the performing? Is it the creating part? Or is it the storyboarding?
It's all. I wouldn't say the storyboard. Not too many artists would do an actual storyboard. Most artists require the videographer to do a storyboard, and artists should actually get very familiar with doing a storyboard because you actually have more creative control on your music quality and what you want to get the message across to the public. Now, most of my videos, my YouTube page got shut down. I had about 752,000 views with 8 videos on YouTube, and they shut it down. All of those storyboards, I had a majority percentage of controlling in it, and most of those videos I work with Haitian Picasso. Shout out to Haitian Picasso, that's my brethren. Love him from day one. He's always prolific. He already know go on. But we always work together. I gave him my concept, my storyboard, and he would say, all right, let's do this, and we tweaked it together, and we came up with the original concept, and we agreed on it, and we worked from there.
Was he the one that did your last video that you submitted to us?
No. That was on New Era TV. Haitian Picasso did all of my first like 7 videos that was on YouTube. That got shut down, and I started over. And then on my bridge in New Era TV, so we started working together, and I gave him a opportunity to assist me, and I assisted him to get his music out there as well as getting my visuals out there. And we're gonna work together again. His son is Shiggy. Shout out to Shiggy. You know what I mean? He in the floor. Shout out to everybody in the floors. Flatbush, Brooklyn, Church Ave, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville, East New York, Crown Heights, Clinton Hills, everywhere in Brooklyn. Sunset. Shout out to Sunset. You already know. Sunset Park. We always out there, man. Brooklyn is a live environment. It's like Times Square, but a little bit more low-key. You got the skyscrapers in Times Square, so it's
beautiful.
More extravagant. But Brooklyn is the same as that. Brooklyn has more diversity in Brooklyn, even more so in Manhattan. You know what I mean? Brooklyn is even more extravagant and more diverse than Manhattan.
When we were doing mic check, you were like rapping. Instead of saying like mic check, you were just like, I don't know what you were saying. Was it from a song of yours?
That song was called Treat 'Em Right.
Do you want to share real quick?
Yeah, I'll say the first verse. Shout out to my mom. My mom is my greatest inspiration. You know what I mean? So this is the first verse. Amazing is the least you could say. I can never repay all the things you did for me each day. Work taught to see us accomplish our goals. I'll be there to take care of you when you old. Wipe my nose, breastfed, and change my diapers. Blatantly told me which friends were really vipers. Single mother by choice, unfortunately I'll divorce. I would struggle, you would have to enforce with force. Taught me how to cook, clean, all of the essentials. Definition of a woman, you have all credentials. My mother, my earth, you help strengthen my mental. 3 generations deep, now you a grandmom. Wisdom you gained, help you understand, mom. How to make me a better man, a better father. My father is great, but I can take it farther. Progression majorly, like John Carter. Listen, treat him right, you gotta treat him right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, and your wife. When them other women trife, I bet they treat you right. Yeah, treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, and your wife. A woman gave you life, so you better treat them right. You already know.
I love that. That's so beautiful. And that was dedicated to your mom?
Yes. So the first verse was to my mom. The second verse was to the mother of my children. And my third verse was dedicated to my daughters. It was just, it was like my inspiration was Tupac, Rakim, KRS, all of the foundations, Busy B of hip hop. That got a positive message across, and I mean to the people, to make them understand the times we're living in, and understand how we could get a positive message across to the people. Not everything, like right now, we're living in the times where everybody think they got to do drill. That shouldn't be just a specific genre that everybody's focused on. The more creative you are, the more of a market you created for yourself, where you have an actual niche, then the more prolific you will be. And that's my vision, you know what I mean? Whether who sees it or not, that's who I am, and I would never change for that.
That's beautiful. If you could give one advice to the viewers, any advice, whether it be music, life, or whatever, what would that be? Like, what is your mission statement or your quote that you always share with close people that you love, that you care about? You know, Video City TV's family, and you're in it now, so welcome.
Well, everything is about energy. You know what I mean? We see all these electronic devices around us, but that's artificial energy. Humans actually have true energy. That's why they tell you when you want to get grounded again, you take off your shoes, you take off your socks, you go in the park, you walk on some real grass, not artificial grass. Because some people leave things that are great to go to the other side, and it's not even real, it's artificial grass. So you take off your socks and your shoes and you walk on real grass to get yourself grounded again in life. So everything is about energy. Even my high school quote in my yearbook was about energy. I already understood that from a youth because of my mother and my father that gave me that inspiration to tell me the truth as a young man about, you know what I mean, about truth. Even you see Colin Kaepernick, anybody that know me from a youth, they tell you, I never stood up for the Pledge of Allegiance. You know what I mean? Like Colin Kaepernick is doing that now. They would be like, yo, from a little kid, I never stood up for the Pledge of Allegiance because that's the way my parents raised me. Like, I was always a rebel. I was always not against the system and standing up for truth and rights. Because the system has good things about it and bad things about it. Like everything in life, it's always a balance. You know what I mean? So you got to understand, like, it's about truth and rights. Everything has a balance. Some people might say this king is wicked, or some people might say this king is good, or he might be bad, or this queen is good. Like Queen Elizabeth just died. God bless her soul, you know what I mean? So some people is going to see her and be like, well, she just died, and then the Queen of England and the King of England have a history of colonialization and conquering people throughout this world. So they like, damn, well, how can we revere her and show her honor and respect if England has a history of colonialization? This small little tiny island conquered the world. They say the sun never set on on England, you know what I mean? So on the UK. So some people might not be able to honor them, but how you will honor them is to understand how they were able to do that and respect it, because that's just a test of times. That's how life is. And I mean, life is about masculinity and femininity and understanding the balance. So yes, she's part of a kingdom and a queendom that had its pros and cons. You know what I mean? And you have to understand how it balances out and give her the reverence that she deserves, and also understand where she came from and where they fall short at, where they subjected people, they kill people, and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's just truth and rights, you know what I mean?
Wow. This was like really like informative. I really appreciate you for like sharing all your knowledge to the people and sharing who you are. We're gonna get to the video so we can show them your music. This is King Kush's latest video.
Thank you very much. Video City TV, you don't know. I saw it go. Times Square, New York City, Brooklyn, New York, Shashamani, Germany, all over the world, England, France, Alaska, Russia, we all over the world. Video City TV is streaming all over. You better get in tune or you're gonna get lost. King Kush 718 on the gram, and we already locked in. Let's go. What's going on, man? Hope everybody having a good time supporting all the artists out here. Artists from Brooklyn, New York. This one right here is dedicated to all the ladies. That's a positive influence in everybody's lives around them. Let's go.
Amazing is the least you could say. I can never repay all the things you did for me each day. Worked hard to see us accomplish our goals. I'll be there to take care of you when you old. Wipe my nose, breastfed, and change my diapers. Blatantly told me which friends were really vipers. Single mother by choice, unfortunately I divorced. I was stubborn, you would have to enforce with force. Taught me how to cook, clean, all of the essentials. Definition of a woman, you have all credentials. My mother, my earth, you help strengthen my mental. 3 generations deep, now you a grandmom. Wisdom you gained, help you understand, mom. How to make me a better man, a better father. My father is great, but I can take it farther. Progression majorly, like John Carter. Treat him right, you gotta treat him right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. When them other women tripe, I bet they treat you right. Yeah, treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. A woman gave you life, so you better treat them right. Words can never express the gratitude. Now I understand why you had an attitude. Cause you pushed them out when I pushed them in. But if we work together, all of us will win. Children do what they see, not what they hear. Don't fuss and fight, let's show them how much we care. I'm your king, you're my queen, we are each servants. Pay attention to your feelings, I'm observant. As time goes, we elevate to raise our echelon. We too great to raise a bunch of vagabonds. Look at them, a combination of the best of us. We withstood hard times when life kept on testing us. I have no worries, I trust you in my life. I love you for life, so I made you my wife. An eternal bond that could never be broken. Meant to be united, it was divinely chosen. Treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. When them other women tripe, I bet they treat you right. Yeah, treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. A woman gave you life, so you better treat them right. Yeah. I watch each of you become a grown woman. I know eventually you become your own woman. I give you your space and I let you grow. Take a step back and I try to show how a man could confuse and abuse you. But if he loved you, he would never try to use you. Above and beyond, confusion be gone. No comparison, your flaws adored, never ignored. Make a war with the stars just to give you the moon. He'll give you the world, not just want you in this room. Unconditional love, no matter the circumstance. Even after mishaps, true love deserves a chance. I want you to know your worth. Your love is priceless, and without your life, I would be lifeless. You're my heart, vessel is your name. When it comes to your beauty, your mother's to be blamed. Treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. When them other women tripe, I bet they treat you right. Yeah, treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. A woman gave you life, so you better treat them right. Yeah, treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, you gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister and your wife. When them other women tripe, I bet they treat you right. Yeah, treat them right, you gotta treat them right. All the women in your life, You gotta treat them right. Your mother, your daughter, your sister, and your wife. A woman gave you life, so you better treat them.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Video City. It is your girl Jewelz Alize, and we are in the studio now with Sarcastic, Bastered.
What's up, Queen? How you doing?
Yes. Now we just listened to the first half of the album, Patiently Waiting, right? That's Patiently Waiting Part 1. It sounds fire to me, and you guys will get a chance to listen to it.
Please do. It definitely will be dropping soon, so please be on the lookout. You can also follow me on YouTube at Sarcastic, Bastered, spelled Bastered.
What's your Instagram is what?
My Instagram handle is Jaron, JARONN_S.
Okay, so now I want to get into you as the brand, the man, and everything that entails, right? Let's talk a little bit more. As an independent artist, you have a little experience of artist development of yourself, right?
Yes, that comes along with like experience because me and my group been on tour from like Boston to independent, doing independent tours. So that's where that came from. We also learned how to like be on the street, meeting people hand to hand, face to face, networking, selling our CDs on top of that. So yeah.
Now, networking is such a hot word for me because I touch on it on almost all my interviews because I strongly believe in networking.
Let me tell you, if you're an artist, networking is very important. You got to get out there. You got to get your face seen and heard. Don't be scared. Come outside.
And not even just to come outside, but to make sure that you meet the quality of people that's going to put you in the right direction.
Yes, because, you know, you never know. When you're networking, it could be that one person who you wouldn't even think that can help you get to that next level, or they can help elevate your career. You never know.
It's like judging a book by its cover.
So basically, don't judge a book by its cover, because that person that you're judging could be that one that can possibly help you.
I like that. You got any testimonies of that?
Just with life in general, you know, people like to judge, you know, but they don't get a chance to know you first as a person before they get to judge, you know what I'm saying? That's like with anything you do, you gotta have passion for anything that you do. That's what's gonna show your true form, your true art, is the passion and the love that you put into that art.
And when you're passionate about something, I feel like it's no longer like you're going to work. You know what I'm saying? You're at that point, you're getting paid to do your hobby, and you're getting paid to do what you love, and and so that's what's gonna keep doing it.
Yes, it's like you're nurturing like a baby. You know, you treat your music as your baby. You know, from the beginning of the process to the end of the process, to now being able to put it out to the world. You know, and you're praying that the world love it. You know, that's what it is.
Now, how did you get over? You know, art is a part of you. Art is you. It's your essence, right? The critic part of it. How do you deal with? Well, there's constructive criticism, then there's critics, right?
Well, see, with that, right, you got to know everybody's not going to like your songs. You got to know that as an artist. You can't be, you can't take it to heart. There's going to be some that does like your music. There's going to be some that don't. Try to go for the ones that do like your music. That's the crowd that you want to focus on, yes.
I love sayings, right? I'm going to be bringing up a whole lot of sayings. Okay. But there's one saying that kind of remind me of that. It's like tilling fertile soil rather than working in unfertile soil. You know what I'm saying? You're wasting not wasting your energy, but you're putting more energy for less result in unfertile soil. If you're like, okay, you know, I'm going to make you like my music. You're not going to make me like your music.
You're going to make me do a damn thing, but I can listen to it and I can see it if I like it, but you're not going to make me like if I don't like it, I don't like it. There's real tough critics out there, you know. You got to know how focus on your trials. Yeah. It's all about, you know, learning the process, you know. Learning from your mistakes, learning from what not to do and what to do, you know, better.
Now, I just meant something in my brain just popped up when I said catering to your tribe. Do you feel like what I've noticed is some artists, when they're more underground, their music is more passionate and their music is like more authentic, and then once a lot more people get to know them, they kind of get watered down. Like, well, tell me why that happens. Are they trying to please more of the masses, or?
I think because in the beginning you have that certain hunger that you want to make it, And I guess some get comfortable once they make it. Then it's like, okay, now you're just making music to make music. And you forget about the beginning, you know, the art, with the drive and the hunger that got you to where you gotta be. So you gotta learn to keep that drive and that same passion. Like.
All right. Well, I'm excited to, and we are listening to it now, but I'm excited to actually have the album like downloaded on my phone and stuff. So when it is ready, like send it to me, because I'm gonna be in my car. Like I'll be driving. No, I love the road.
Appreciate the love. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna have this in my rotation for sure. So
I'm gonna hold you to that too. All right.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. You're gonna call me in like 2 months, like, you listened to the whole thing yet? All 26 songs. Which one was your favorite? Okay. So we're gonna close out. Tell them who's number one, because we're number one.
We are number one, and actually you guys are number one too. Remember that. So.
Yeah, Video City is number one because the streets said so, right?
Listen, Video City, I rock with you. I thank you for having me on the show, and I can't wait to produce more with you, you know what I'm saying, and work more with you. So I really look forward to our relationship and building and, you know, networking.
We're definitely going to be there for more events, so let us know. I pull up. I do pull up, and we keep it cracking. Yeah, so let's see. I do want to, maybe we might get a chance to see him in there real quick, and then we'll tune out.
Yo, for real, Jay. It's been a long time coming, man. Yeah, for real. Yo, we gotta do this like now.
You ain't lying, my nigga.
You heard?
I hear you.
Let's go.
Let's do it, my nigga.
Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting.
Niggas be hating, cause I be going in like Walter Payton. I be spitting that written and kicking real information. Flow so natural with no hesitation, no debating. Flame torch your ass, have you evaporating. He's a PhD plus he got a masterization. If his head is shaped like a snake, it's time to annihilate him. And stun you out of time like Denzel and annihilating. My time is right now cause I've been patiently waiting. Like Michael Jack on stage, have the whole crowd freighting. What? From the beautiful picture that I be drawing and making. Have your brain frying when I spit grease for your bacon. I'm highly intelligent, don't get it mistaken. I can smell if you a bloodsucker walking with Satan. Wolf in the sheepskin, shirling, perpetrating. He's a scam artist. I can see him when he contemplating how he gonna kill his own brother just to be a great
Our
man.
time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting.
I want it bad like a nigga who never had it. Spasmatic, my tongue lyrical, gun spit automatic. Toshin with these fake niggas, I had it. It's our time, patiently waiting like we were in line. Cutting niggas who ain't looking just to be first. No faucet could quench my thirst. It's a never-ending flow. Feeling like an AC, I gotta blow. When opportunity knocks, man, I'm opening the door, giving y'all more. The world is big, and I'm ready to explore. Many options, competition knock out like boxing, representing Boston. 617, we're awesome. Many haters, we toss them. And they like the fire props we desire. Saying we ain't ready, use a liar. Fuckers on your mind. I'm sorta like a coffee blender, watch me grind. I said I'm like a coffee blender, watch me grind. Nigga, it's our time.
Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. Our time is right now. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting. We've been patiently waiting.